you seen a rapid-fire montage of different hands swiping credit cards, tapping them on payment terminals, and entering details online? The sounds are crisp and satisfying. Suddenly, the montage cuts abruptly to a close-up of a person's face, looking stressed and overwhelmed as they stare at a lengthy credit card statement on a tablet. The screen is filled with red numbers. Your video title, "Why Credit Cards Keep You Poor," appears over the shot with a dramatic sound effect. Ever been told a credit card is just a tool? A simple piece of plastic for convenience? That's what they want you to believe. But for millions, this tool is a carefully designed trap, engineered to keep you in a cycle of debt. They're not just selling you convenience, they're selling you a financial prison, and many don't even see the bars. Today, we're exposing the 4 hidden traps that make credit cards a fast track to financial ruin. Your scene and animation begins. A large block labeled "Debt Balance 5,000" is on screen. A small piece labeled "Minimum Payment 100" is chipped away. Immediately, a larger glowing red block labeled "Interest 90" slides in and attaches to the main debt block, making it almost the same size as before. What is it? First, let's talk about the minimum payment trap. It's the most insidious feature of a credit card. When you see that small, manageable minimum payment on your statement, it feels like a relief. But it's a calculated illusion. Paying only the minimum is like trying to bail out a sinking ship with a teaspoon. The vast majority of your payment gets devoured by interest, barely touching the principal you actually owe. That $5,000 debt can take you decades to pay off, costing you thousands more in interest alone. You're not paying off your debt. You're just paying the bank for the privilege of being in debt. Scene: a happy shopper is seen dancing through a high-end store, surrounded by luxury bags, clothes, and gadgets. They tap their credit card with a flourish. The scene then glitches and flickers. For a split second, we see them standing in a stark, sparsely furnished apartment, holding a cheap instant noodle cup. The scene glitches back to the luxury store. Next is the overspending illusion. Credit cards disconnect you from the reality of your money. When you hand over physical cash, your brain registers a tangible loss. But swiping a plastic card feels abstract, almost like playing a game with points. This psychological trick encourages you to spend money you don't have on things you don't need. That new gadget or designer outfit provides a temporary high, but the credit card bill brings a long-lasting low. It creates a dangerous gap between the lifestyle you're projecting and the financial reality you're living in, a gap that only grows wider with every swipe. Scene: a person is shown navigating a complex glowing digital maze, frantically chasing after floating icons that say 2x points and cash back. They finally reach the center of the maze. The prize is a tiny, barely visible gift card icon labeled $25, while the path behind them is littered with large, glowing price tags totaling thousands of dollars. Then there's the rewards deception. Points, miles, cash back, these sound like free money, right? Wrong. The credit card companies are not charities. They are masters of behavioral psychology. They create a system that gamifies your spending, turning your financial life into a quest for rewards. You end up spending more than you normally would just to hit a bonus tier or earn a few extra points. In the end, the value of the rewards you earn is almost always dwarfed by the amount of interest you'll pay if you carry even a small balance, or by the extra money you spent just to get them. You're not beating the system. The system is playing you. Be seen. A car is shown on the side of the road with its hood up, smoke billowing out. The owner, looking stressed, uses their phone to pay for a tow truck with a credit card. As they do, a digital overlay shows the interest rate number next to their card start at 22% and then rapidly climb, spinning like a slot machine until it hits 29.99% for a cash advance. Finally, we have the emergency debt spiral. Life happens. A car breaks down, a medical bill arrives unexpectedly. In these moments, a credit card can feel like a savior, but using it for an emergency is like putting out a fire with gasoline. The interest rates for cash advances are often brutally high, and relying on credit means you're not just paying for the emergency itself, you're paying a massive premium on top of it. This single event can trigger a downward spiral, where the high-interest debt from one emergency makes you even more financially vulnerable for the next one. Tosin2's A Clean, Clear Checklist animates onto the screen. Each point gets a check mark as the narrator speaks. So, how do you escape? It starts with a few fundamental rules. 1. Pay your balance in full every single month. 2. Build a real emergency fund with actual cash so you don't have to rely on debt. 3. Avoid impulse buys by implementing a 24-hour waiting rule. And 4. Track every single dollar you spend. Scene. A person confidently takes a pair of scissors and cuts their credit card in half. The scene transitions to the same person, now looking calm and in control, sitting at a desk with a laptop, managing a budget on a spreadsheet. A gentle smile is on their face. Credit cards aren't just a tool, they are a business model that profits from your debt. Breaking free isn't just about cutting up a piece of plastic. It's about a fundamental shift in mindset. It's about choosing discipline over instant gratification and security over illusion. It's time to stop letting banks dictate your financial health. It's time to take control of your financial future.